of leaving anything out.
Okay, because that's what happened. You filmed yourself obviously on another device as this phone call came in.
Yes.
What were they asking you for?
Firstly, it was really a spontaneous move. I realized that these were scammers, and I quickly just put together my phones
Yes.
and said, I'm going to record this
So
because
clever.
of how easily people can fall into being scammed. Yeah.
And then immediately, I think you either asked him his name or he gave you his name, and he gave you a name that's common, South African name, fine.
Yes.
And then he kept saying, don't delete the SMSs that you're going to get now from
Yes.
the bank. You must tell me what those numbers are.
Yes.
You were on it immediately. You were like, you think I'm stupid. You think I'm stupid. Had you had this kind of scam happen to you before? Had you just been listening? Are you aware? Are you in the banking world? How did you know immediately that they were scamming you? Trying to.
I have been exposed to potential people calling me, wanting to scam me. They never scammed me that way because I could tell towards the end when they ask you your personal security information that something is wrong. And the minute you say to them that, okay, thank you very much, from this point onward, let me rather come and meet you at the bank, then they swear at you. So I have been there before. So this phone call was one of the many that was happening to me. And I decided that, you know what, this thing of suffering in silence alone, when there could be many other people, I know a lot of people who have fallen victims of this kinds of scams. Yeah. And I was saying, no, let me just expose these people. I didn't really think it was going to go this viral. I was just recording it to say, be aware. Hear this from the horse's mouth, two horses at each other.
You know, it was so funny. So I sent it to Alex as soon as I saw that video, and then there was a comeback video after. I sent the two videos to Alex. And Alex, at the same time, was sending them to me. So we both received the video at exactly the same time because it's something that we think is so important.
Yes.
Hence, Calvin's here on a regular basis to tell us what the new modus operandi is, what to do when you get that phone call, how do you handle it, etc., and so forth. And Calvin, as I welcome you, you watched Macaron's video and give us the lowdown. This happens on a very regular basis. She did all the right things.
Yes. No. Indeed. And we must applaud her and, for a bold move, especially, taking these criminals head on. But what I like about the viral video, it once again, it alerts our community on stuff that, like you say, we always come out and tell people that sensitive information, you don't give it out, especially of your very important cards or banking issues. But again, what worries us is that how do these people get the data to even have the number of Mama and calling her?
Yeah.
So we do know that there's a lot of data that is out there, and somehow even some of the scammers, they go on referral, on targeting some of their prey or victims, we can call Abu Mama. But she was very bold enough, and she refused to give out very sensitive information. Otherwise, today we'll be talking a different language where she would have lost the money. And what is again worrying is that the intimidation that is being conducted by this particular syndicates or criminals. And we believe Umama has went to the police station and opened the case, which is a very good move. And we want to kindly ask our police to say, even though the case you're handling it at the station level, there are organized crime that deal with commercial crimes under 419 scams. SAPS have such division, and even the DPCI, because this is a very well orchestrated organized crime. Hence, these people, they hide their trace.
All right, so two quick questions. Poppy Act. We must all sign on to the Poppy Act. Oh, hello, Poppy. Oh, Poppy Leo. Poppy. But it seems like our data is breached more and more and more. I've got more scam calls than ever before.
Definitely.
Prior to Poppy. So what do you think went wrong there, Calvin?
Yeah, so basically this particular scammers, what they do, they register SIM cards, and that's, again, it takes us back to what we were saying about pre-registered or recut SIM card.
Yes.
Because a person, a layman's person, what they will do if they receive a call, they just go on a Truecaller app and verify if on the other side they were talking to the right person as they allude to have been. And if I've checked this particular 3 numbers that they've called Umama, at least now people are coming out. They reported them as one of the spam. So there's many comments based on that number. But imagine if you go on a Truecaller and you assume that you are talking to the right person on the other side, and it is not. So they register certain pre-registered SIM cards which are not recut under their name, and then but on Truecaller app they register a particular name that they are from a particular institution. So a lot of people, they suffer that. But again, like you are talking about the Poppy Act, like Mama has done a video, in court, normally it's not admissible if one brings a video and say, I've recorded this person. The Poppy Act covers them that they were not given consent, blah, 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 blah. But they left a lot of trace of which police can still work on.
Okay, in this case in particular, because they did phone you back.
Definitely, yes.
And tell us what they said to you when they phoned you back.
They did phone me back, and luckily I was not even alone. So I was with my cousin when they phoned me back, and they actually say, Sisi, now what have you done? We can see your video is trending. Why are you exposing us? I'm like, where do they get the nerve to ask even that question? Why are you exposing us? You were trying to scam me, and I exposed you for what you're trying to do, and you have the nerve to ask me why, and then the nerve to say to me that you are going to kill me for doing right. Yes, I am afraid. My life is in danger. But I think that I used my platform of TikTok appropriately to make people aware that these scammers, they are reinventing. They keep on asking you smart questions differently. Because if you listen to that audio, they were not asking me to say, what is your PIN? They say, this PIN that we are asking is a confirmation of your card number. Okay. And they knew. But I don't know if you were aware, because I was aware that they were actually getting 2 things from me. One, they wanted to actually swindle my account number away from me, the account number, the WhatsApp number. Because if I had given them that one-time password that they were asking for, which came through the SMS, and that is why I had to divert them when they were saying, okay, go to the SMS. And I said to them, man, this SMS, let's go back to the number. I was not ready because I saw the SMS coming in, but I did not see what was the number there. So I was not ready to read it. I could have read it, but I was afraid that I will read the number and then gone is my number, gone is my account. But they were not going to get access to anything because I was giving them wrong numbers. I was just like, numbers were just popping out of my head.
The maker of the video, as well as crime expert and research associate Calvin Rafadi, to come through. Mamburani Karon, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you.
On the back of the question that Joshua asked about the service providers, right? Is the bank held responsible in any way? Is there more that the bank can do, Calvin?
Yeah, so the bank, once they get FICA documents, which is your proof of residence, the ID, and then with the banks, at least now they are using the biometric, the number that is being provided through those documentation application, they can't verify if it's the number is recut. So for a person to receive SMSs, they will then take that particular number. But in instances whereby, banks, because most of them now, they are online digitally, they keep on every week sending fraud awarenesses about phishing and different types of scams. So somehow, if you are to complain about a particular scam, they will say, no, but on an app, we did alert about this particular trending scam. So it's somehow reluctant for them to even pay you back once you lost the money. But the education, they want you. So the education warning about this particular trending scams and all of that, one just have to be careful all the time, and we have to come out and warn our community as much as possible.
Quick one from Bonolo. Hi, Bonolo. All right, my darling. Welcome. You're on the air.
You know what? We are stressed as South Africans, and then I don't know what are we going to do because of even if we are going to the Netherlands center, we are not getting help. So now for now, it's a scam. Like I received a ticket here December last year. A ticket from Cape Town while my car was parked in my garage. In housing now. Yeah. So it's basically three different cars.
Just imagine.
Same registration. So the registration that they are using is my car, and then it's moving around Cape Town. And my fear is that, like, if something like that nowadays there's kidnapping.
Of course. You're implicated.
Why the municipal they didn't pick up on this car is not the same car as mine, but the registration is one.
And when you've gone to report it, what response did you get?
You know what? They told me that if I had to report, the only thing that they advised me to do was to do an affidavit for like if that car is not like it can commit crime, so that they can know or which way I've done a affidavit. They didn't open a case for me. They told me about to go to the municipal. When I go to the municipal, they tell me I must go to Cape Town.
See, I don't even know what to say.
I might go to a Cape Town to fix that thing. So I've never been to Cape Town with the car. I even went to the garage where I bought.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, to say, well, what happened to the car before you sold it to me? They give all the details to say, well, you know what, you are the rightful owner. There's no, and you know what, those parking, those black Mercedes Benz, they call it fucking car. Sorry for the language. Those Mercedes Benz.
What a name.
Let's ask Calvin. Let's all compose ourselves first. It's okay. If that's what it's called, that's what it's called. I've never heard that before.
Me too.
But this is a huge problem. And so, Abu Calvin, maybe you can help with what Ronaldo's going through.
Yeah, so basically when a number plate is cloned, the police cannot, report the car, mark it as stolen, because also it will depreciate your particular vehicle. It will then become as a stolen and recovered should they, because you are driving that particular car. So they will then go in that particular area and alert the flying squad, the patrollers in that particular area to say, we are aware there's a car that you need to put it on as a red flag, but they don't mark it on the system as a stolen vehicle. So the patrolling vehicles, they will then spot that particular car and stop it at some point. But also, if it's driving around areas where there are cameras and e-tolls and all of those, they should be, having the upper hand of, alerting the authorities within that particular area and quickly, be able to identify the car as it's driving around at certain times. But for the police now to mark your particular vehicle as a stolen, but only the number plate being cloned, then it becomes that issue that even your car might even become a code 3, in terms of the Road Traffic Management Act, that it's a stolen and recovered. Then even your price of the V-Class will then depreciate.
But we're not...
The other one, mine is not a V-Class.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is a Toyota, and the other one, my registration is a V-Class.
Yes. So basically then they can, red flag it and drive around and look for any particular V-Class that is driving around with a unsuspecting number plate. And the last time I checked, with the Minister of MEC of Transport, they've got cars that can actually read on number plates that are not authenticated.
They've just
for
released
that particular,
number plates.
Yes. No, you're talking about Gauteng.
Yeah, they've released.
Yes.
So she's in KZN?
No, she's around, but the car that is driving, the criminals are driving in Cape Town, I believe.
Cape Town.
Yes. So even in Cape Town, they've got systems in some of their cars to drive, as they drive around, to spot certain number plates that are red flagged on their list. So perhaps just escalate it with them as well.
But I'm going back to this the person who sold you the car, Manolo. I'm going back there. There's something dodgy there that
Sounds
I feel.
like it.
Yeah?
I went there. I went to the Toyota. Like, I went there.
They're never going to tell you the truth. They're going to print something, but they will leave out the truth. So what do we do there, Calvin?
Yeah, no, I don't blame the person who sold the car. I blame outlets, even backdoor outlets that are selling number plates without verifying the authentication. So there is no record keeping in some of the, like the so-called social plots. You go in Mabupane, every fourth house, you can actually get easy a number plate of any duplicated car. So I blame those particular people, and why are they not regulated? They do it, my sister, for as little as 200.
Yeah. Talk about some police officers.
Yeah, I think right to RTMC, because they are national, the Road Traffic Management Corporate, write to them your grievances, attach your attach your affidavit, and then they will escalate it to perhaps circulate or red flag that, not to circulate, but red flag that particular vehicle, that the whereabouts where he's driving around, and then they will have some success there. But at the same time, again, we speak to government. Places where they cut number plate, they are not properly regulated. They don't keep proper register. Any person can go and duplicate number plates. That's why cars are easily stolen and taken out of our country, for that matter.
I'm so sorry, Bonolo. So make sure that you get those details and write to the RTMC. And somebody sent me a picture of the effing car, and now I'm on the same page as you. I understand what is happening. But all jokes aside, please let us know what happens. And if you need any more help from us, we could possibly push it up for you, okay? Yeah. 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 So Alex, take
let's take your number, my sister. Then we'll personally help you. We'll personally help you so that we can finalize them.
Thanks, my darling. I can see how this has been weighing very heavily on you, and I mean, I don't blame you at all. Angela, you're on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, ma'am.
Thank you.
An hour, maybe 2 hours, because I think we've all been in the scam call nightmare. We have Mampurani Karan, who is the famous one who went viral on TikTok because of a potential scam that happened to her, and then what happened after the scam, and that part freaked me out a lot. Just saying, we're coming to get you, we're coming for your life because you made me trend. Yeah, I think one day I'll study psychology and understand, because it makes no sense at all.
Doesn't.
A. B, thank God you shared that with us, that we know a bit more about how it works. Calvin and I talk about it all the time, because this is very important. It's the new technology, etc. But this is a very, very good question from Joshua. And I want to piggyback on top of it once he's asked it. Joshua, hello? Go ahead. Mm. Mm. Great question, really great question. Calvin, can you go tell the service provider, hey, look, these guys are doing the wrong thing?
Yeah, first of all, let us talk about there is no unrecord number. They are all pre-record. So with the pack number, the number has to be registered even through maybe a means of identity theft so that it can operate on the network. So, but ICASA, they are the ones who regulate these particular numbers, and they are the ones who oversee what type of numbers, go on their traffic of the network. So many numbers which are performing scams, they are pre-record, but through some old lady, old madala somewhere in the bushes. So that's why when we wrote an opinion piece previously, I think 2 months back, as the University of Johannesburg, we said, let these numbers be regulated. Let everybody go through FICA with documentation, their identity, and by way of fingerprint to register every SIM card. And then by that way, the police will never chase their own tail. Even in robberies, we find numbers that are record under pre-record under a false identity. In fraud, and especially fraud, white collar crime, and that's why we are even listed on a grey listing of FATF, because the criminals, they take the opportunity to pre-record SIM cards through identity theft. So it is possible to trace them because of every crime that has been committed. The police, they've got the powers of Section 205 to subpoena where was the number, which network, who communicated with the number, where was the number even registered, and who even fed it with the airtime of that note. But here's another tricky part, which is also very disturbing, is that a pre-record number, which is a prepaid number, if it is not used in the handset and not recharged for over 3 months, the number gets allocated to a different person.
Yes.
So sometimes that's why I'm saying that the police end up, chasing their own tail because of this particular RICA and FICA issues of this pre-record SIM cards.
All right, I think we need to go to the headlines. I was going to try and squeeze it all in, but we can't. So let's go to the headlines. We are very happy to hear the headlines from Nyakalotifo, and straight after we... cut me, it's fine.
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Nkosi Mzansi. If today is your first time visiting this channel, please do the right thing and click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to smash the like button. Mom Gertrude lo trending ngemva koku-expose amaskema ala claim ukuthi wona biya ka Capitec laphana ku TikTok, while akhuluma nabefonini bamfonela bamcela ama-card number, ma-CCVV, expiry date, konke lokho beka ku-call and video wayeposta le video laphana ku TikTok. Bana baningi labasale bamangele ukuthi we hayi inkosi yami, abantu labaqolanako sebaningi indlela lesimanga. After lo makatrendile uguy lo wescam uphenza wamfonela back amtshela ukuthi akakhiphe le video ku TikTok or else batombulala. Bekakhuluma nje into eningi, amthreatenisha nani. But anyway, ula khona uvulile case, and now she was invited kokuthi ayokhuluma lapha emsakatweni kokuthi how did all this happen, ukuthi aqwayise labanye abantu kokuthi bangaditholi basesimeni lesifana nasakhe. Please do comment what you think below down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next one. I am signing out. Goodbye.